Good morning. It's Tuesday. It must be time for Business by Design Online's Success Tips from the Top. I'm Katie Sevenance, and I'm your host, and I love being able to share these amazing interviews with women from around the world who are doing such amazing things in their life. And we want to share their strategies, their success tips with you to help you grow your business. So today's guest, I cannot wait for you to meet. Our theme today is all about love. It's February. So love your business, love yourself, love your customers. We're going to have guests to share their tips about what they do to love themselves and love their business. So let me introduce you to my guest today. This is Lynette Jones, and let me bring her up. She is an image stylist who, look at how amazing you look and your background next to my boring one. So I cannot wait for you to meet Lynette and her suggestions on how we can really be successful in our businesses. So yay, Lynette, I'm so glad to have you join me this morning.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yay. And we were just talking, I'm like so in love with her background that I am going to go find a print and do my whole room all over again, because that just is like my style. That is my brightness, my favorite color. This is what I tell people when I do my business branding. My favorite color is sunrise.
Ah, lovely.
So that's just what it is. It's those colors that come in the sunrise. So
very good.
I am so excited to have you with us this morning. Lynette, if you were to say right off the bat, I know you have tons of experience, you're going to share all of that, but what would you say right now, February 2021, what is your biggest success tip that you'd like to share with our audience?
I think my biggest success tip that will help you right now is to say, don't be afraid to invest in your personal and professional development. It's important. We have a lot of information available to you that doesn't cost anything, but it's really important that you take the steps and not be afraid to invest in your success. So make sure within your industry, you're going to attend those things that will help you grow. They have virtual conferences, workshops, retreats. Take advantage of those things, learn from the best, and grow your business with confidence.
I think that's really, I love that, because I feel a lot of people are so timid. They're just afraid. They're like, well, either they come in thinking, I know all of this, so I'm going to be great over here.
Yes.
Or they just are like waiting. Like maybe they're just not, do I really do this or do I not? And it's like, go for it. Don't you agree? Like personal development is way up here. That was important. Development. Yeah, it's like that's the key right there. We always have to be learning, growing. Things are changing, and yeah, we're all learning to adapt to a different way of doing business as well. So
primarily virtually, and so, but people still do business with people they know, trust, and like, and so you have to convey your confidence on screen. You have to show people and let them know they can trust you. And that happens when you can show them that you know your skills.
Yes, definitely. I love that. That's awesome. I have little notes here. I write my notes because I learned so much from all the guests who come on. I really enjoy that. So Lynette, tell us a little bit about how you got started. What is your business and how you got started with this? Because I love it. I always thought that's what I was going to be when I grew up. Just saying.
Well, I'm Lynette Jones. As Katie said, I am a certified image professional, and my company is When Style Matters. It's a professional image and business etiquette training company. I started my company 13 years ago. But image and style has been something that I say has always been an intimate part of my life. And what I mean by that is that I grew up in a home where of two sisters and myself, and my parents were very image conscious. And not in an egotistical way, but they understood the importance of having an impeccable character and style. And so for me, it was part of my upbringing. We all love shopping, so that was also very natural to
That
me.
helps.
And what do? I work with professionals and entrepreneurs, executives, teaching them how to use image and style strategies and techniques that make it easy for you to increase your confidence, enhance your style, and attract success with ease. And of course, I do that by focusing on what I call the ABCs of a great image: appearance, behavior, and communication. That's the total package. And that's what you need if you want to lead.
I love that. I think that's so awesome. It's the whole package. It's not just
Absolutely.
one,
No,
not just the other.
I'm not a fashionista or a stylist. There are people who do that, and that's fantastic. But my toolbox is vast, and I focus on those three areas of leadership.
I love that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And so what keeps you going? Like, how do you keep going every day? What makes you what is the most exciting thing about what you do?
For me, I absolutely love what I do. And I laugh because my tagline is transforming lives one style at a time. And it may sound corny, but it is precisely what I do. I love seeing the transformation. I would say, two types of clients. Many of my clients are already quite stylish. They already understand the value and the importance of a great image. And so they're coming to me to enhance their natural skills and abilities. And I love them. And then I have other clients who may be struggling with some confidence issues, some self-esteem issues, and they need to create a dynamic image that's going to give them the confidence to go out and attain their goals. And so I work with them also. And I just love seeing the transformation in all of my clients' lives, because it not only impacts their personal life, but it impacts the lives of their household, of their community, and beyond.
Right. I love that.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. So 13 years, is that what you said? 13 years?
13 years.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. So how about a couple tips that you could share with our audience? Mostly women. I mean, pretty much all women, entrepreneurs from all different levels, of different types of businesses here. But as we were saying earlier too, if you're not on camera, that's a big part of it. People don't buy from businesses. They buy from people.
That's
the
right.
easiest way for you to create that relationship right now, since we're not everyone is in person, is to be able to do that through the camera. Do you have some tips you can share with us today on that we could put into action?
Right away?
Yeah, right away.
I think the first thing is that you want to continue to stay in touch with your community. You want to stay connected to your tribe. So if you're part of a networking organization or more than one, you want to stay connected to them. You want to correspond with your clients and your potential clients. So make sure that you are taking advantage of the virtual tools that exist for us today. And many of us are working on Zoom. I had not worked on this platform, so I'm really appreciative of Katie for introducing me to it, because it's really easy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, so lean into your discomfort. A lot of people are not comfortable being in front of the camera and doing video, and that is a huge disadvantage to you right now. So lean into your discomfort, as I say. Try something new, and don't worry about it being perfect. My fun statement that I like to say is, done is better than perfect.
That's everywhere.
But just get out there, try your best, and stay in touch with your customers, stay in touch with your colleagues and associates, and don't be afraid to try something new.
So in your business, what is your preferred way of staying in touch with your customers?
My preferred way is one, through Zoom, using it, talking to them virtually, making sure I stay in touch with them through all of my trainings and workshops, things like that. But also I do have a newsletter that I send out I have a quarterly newsletter, and then in between the quarters, I send out just messages of love, whatever I may be thinking about, whatever's on my mind. Recently, I sent a newsletter out that said how the coronavirus impacted my personal style. And so, of course, we got a lot of curious people with that.
I bet. And it probably involves slippers.
Yeah, I shared with them that, my personal style is romantic. I like soft, flowy fabrics and colors, as you can see, and florals and things like that. But I'm not out and about like I was before the pandemic. So things that I'm doing differently, I'm giving myself facials. My skin is glowing because it gets a break from wearing makeup all the time. So I give my own facials. I've done my own mani-pedis. And I say, this isn't going to last forever. But for now, I'm doing it. Yeah. And I kind of embrace. Yeah. And I kind of embrace what I call a sporty style. It's been interesting because I've been following the trends. So you want to stay on touch with the trends, even through the pandemic. And I discovered that, hey, some of these sporty trends will work very well in this atmosphere. And so not being afraid to lean into my discomfort and try something new. And I got a lot of feedback on that. And it was, it was a lot of fun.
It's real. It's real. And like you said about, they relate to you. And when they can see you're going through the same struggle and just sharing what's happening, right? What are you going through now? And they relate to you. I love that. That's awesome.
Exactly.
That's good. So staying connected, whether it's Zoom or online or just as you're thinking
the old-fashioned telephone still works,
Yes, that thing that most people don't use for a phone.
It's important because not everyone manages this as well as others. So one of the main things I try to say to everyone is to make sure you're managing your mindset, and whatever that requires for you to stay in a stabilized position, do that. Whether that is just having your mantras or a prayer or taking a walk, whatever you need to do to manage your mindset and keep yourself focused and not become overwhelmed with everything that's going on the news. That's really important right now so that you can keep your business going.
Right, because you can kind of get sucked down that little drain.
Absolutely.
And, oh my gosh. And I mean, we realize it's happening to people around us.
Yes.
However, you still, if you're going to keep your business going, you have to find a way to grab that positivity and
that's right.
And look beyond the right in front of you. So
that's right.
What are you doing to keep your mindset going? What are you doing to keep positive?
And for me, I have routines. So for me, I have I get up, I do my daily devotion. I try to do my stretching. I try not to go into the refrigerator so much. I will tell you that I'm a big fan of the Great British Baking Show.
I love that show.
Oh my God, I do too. But I had to wean myself off of that because it's easy to get caught up in desserts, But I try to make sure that I'm up, I'm dressed every day. Even if I don't have any in-person meetings, which I rarely do, I still get up, I still get dressed, I still move into my office area to do my work because that's important. Keeping a routine, I think, is really important. And so I encourage everyone to do the same. We could easily get used to just sitting on our bed and working on our laptop, but it's not the best. It really isn't.
I love that you said that. That's actually something that is in one of the courses that I put together. That's our Working From Home series. How important it is to keep that routine. And for me, with family home, for a lot of people who have younger kids, especially, we know we could do all our work on our phone.
Yes.
Out in the sun or on, wherever, and doing a lot of work on the phone. However, the impression it leaves with everyone else is, oh, she's just on her phone. She's not really working.
That's right.
So being intentional, get up, do your routine. I gotta add the stretching in there because I do go to the gym 3 days a week, but I haven't been doing the stretching, and I know that's another thing I should add in there. But I love that you're doing that. And I found it's really hard because the refrigerator is right there. So when you're working from home all the time, it's so easy to just go wander in, wander out. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm like really conscious of, okay, it's nope, I'm not doing
have
it.
the same struggles as others. You know?
I love that. Do you have another tip you'd like to share with us?
I do want to share a tip about doing just this, virtual presentations, because it is a little different than when you're meeting with people in person. And so for me as an image expert, I'm going to say to make sure that you're still wearing professional attire when you're in a professional meeting. Even though we don't see your entire outfit, we do see from the bus line up. And so you want to make sure that you're adorning yourself in colors that make you look vibrant and alive. You want to make sure that your background is clean and clear. You don't want to have things that are distracting to others when you're meeting. And yours is fine, Katie. But you want to, make sure that you have a nice top on and a bottom. You never know when you may have to move. That's right. We've all heard of some of those disaster stories. You also want to make sure that you're wearing your accessories. And I recommend things that are closer to your neck during this time. So scarves that you can tie in short styles, or necklaces. If you have a long necklace like I have one, you can double it for your presentation so that it shows. And it just gives you a more polished look. Obviously, you want to wear your makeup. And I get asked often, must I wear makeup? And I am honest with my clients in saying, if you want a professional, polished look, you need to wear makeup. You don't have to have a lot, but you need to have makeup. So wear your blush, wear your lip color, wear your eye makeup, and make sure that you have enough on so that with the brighter lights, you still look like you're complete. Your hair should be neat. You want to make sure that you have a current, stylish haircut. And I stress that because it's very easy to get in the habit of pulling your hair back in a ponytail if you have that much. But we don't want to do that. Yeah. We really don't want to do that because you need to be, if you're going to be a professional, then you want to make sure that your outfit and that you are current. So make sure you have a nice haircut and that it's neat, and smile. And make sure you're looking at the camera. A big problem that I see all the time is it is unnatural to look at the little light and not look in the face of those that we're speaking to. But if you look down into the screen, you're not really talking to them. They can't see your face. So look into the camera, train yourself to be professional that way, and you'll have great presentations.
I love that because, like you said, it's not natural to look at the camera. It's
exactly.
We're trained to look eye contact. I want to make eye contact with you if I'm looking here, but I'm really making eye contact if I look up here. And
that's right.
One of my biggest is if you're on a phone and you're doing your presentation, put a Post-it note covering up your phone so you don't look at the screen. You're only looking at the camera.
That is a great tip.
Put your notes on there. Yeah, because it's not natural, like you said, to be not making eye contact.
That's
one of the other things you said is wearing makeup. And I have a daughter who's been a dancer for many, many years, and I learned how to do stage makeup.
Yes.
And I teach that all the time because
that's right.
If you're looking in the mirror and you put your makeup on, you're like, holy cow, that's a lot of makeup. But when you're on camera, if you have lighting, you will wash out. So
that's right. It's the same thing with your professional photographs. You have to wear more makeup for your photos than you would just on a regular basis because those bright lights are going to wash it out.
Right. I think that's really great advice. I love that. And of course, being in the makeup business, yes.
Right.
I want to hook you up. But yes.
I have a fellow comrade here who understands exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's awesome. I love this. Great tips, great advice. So tell us a story of something you've been through. Like you have a lot of experiences. You've helped lots of women. Do you have a story you'd like to share with us on maybe what keeps you going, or how you came to have your business?
Well, yes. And I thought about what story will I share today? But the one I think is very timely is exactly how my business got started. I started my company in 2008, which was during the biggest economic downturn since at that time, the Great Depression. People were losing their jobs. People were being asked to come and interview for the same jobs that they had done for 20 years. And it was not a time for someone who was faint of heart to make changes. There were many people who said to me, don't quit your job. This is not the time. We're really in an economic downturn. But for me, it was, to me, in my mind, the perfect time for my business, because I knew that I could help those women and men who were trying to find new employment. These were people who had been in the working world for 20, 30 plus years, and they were excellent at what they did. So they had the technical hard skills. What they didn't have were the power skills, which are often called the soft skills: appearance, behavior, and communication. They hadn't interviewed Katie in decades. And now they found themselves competing against 20 plus year olds who just came out of college with an MBA. And how do they compete with that? Well, I took a leap of faith. I decided that this was the best time for me to get out there to start to help them understand how to present themselves in an interview, how to communicate verbally and non-verbally, how to dress appropriately and for current outfits that would work, fresh hairstyles and things of that nature. And it worked. And so my story, the reason I share that story is to say, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith, but make sure it's a calculated risk. I am a risk taker, but they're calculated risk. I'm not just willy-nilly doing something. And I think that's important. So, but it does require some courage. And so this is important to know, but don't be afraid. If you can really see that your business, what you have in mind that you want to do, will actually help others at that specific time, then do it. Go forward, make a plan, evaluate it, and then just move forward, and don't be afraid to take advantage of the resources that are available.
I love that, because that was your experience, right? You grew up in an environment of style. You knew the importance of that. And then to see people struggling, I know I felt it too. And they just are down. They feel like, I can't compete. I don't know what to do. But to, realize you have that. You have the experience. I know for a lot of people my age, you start to doubt your value. And so, we've got it, you've got it, but just being confident. So if it's, learning personal development, what you can do to improve on yourself, what you can do to look better, to feel better, because when we look better, we feel better, right? We do better.
That's it. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you perform better in everything you do.
I love it. That's awesome. I love it. I'm glad you took a risk. I love seeing women who are putting themselves out there, doing things when everyone else is telling you, oh, don't do it, go with the flow. And then you're able to say, no, I'm ready for a change. And do it.
Yes, step out.
Lynette, thank you so much for sharing with us today. I love it. You are just a great personality. I mean, you can feel it, and I know you love helping people. And
I do indeed.
That's awesome. If people are interested in connecting with you more, maybe learning a little more, do you have a way they can reach out to you? Do you have?
Yes.
Okay. What would that be? And I'll share that.
Oh, great. So my direct phone number, and I still like speaking to people on the phone, especially now, is 719-447-7328. You can email me at Lynette, Lynette, at whenstylematters.com. And if you'd like to know more about my services and programs, feel free to look at my website, whenstylematters.com.
I love it. Okay, I'm putting this in there. I'm not really good at two things at once. When style matters. Style.com. Awesome. I love it. I love it. And I think I love what you're doing. I am really excited to go out and get it for my background. And
so see, I've encouraged you.
Of course you have. I have my flowers, so that makes me feel good. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your tips with us today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for inviting me. I love this. We have to do it again.
I would love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lynette.
You
guys have a great day and stay tuned all month, because our feature topic of the month is love for Valentine's and for February. So loving your customers, loving your business, loving yourself, and we'll be sharing all kinds of tips for you there. Thank you. Have a good day, Lynette.
Thank you.